Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're back talking about Poppy Playtime because some really interesting news has finally arrived. After weeks of waiting, we can finally say that the Nightmare Critters merch family is officially complete. In fact, Culturefly, one of the companies that produces official Poppy Playtime merchandise, has announced the last 3 remaining plushies of the Nightmare Critters, officially closing the circle on this lineup. The characters in question are Tui, Rabi Baby, and Iki Liki. 3 names we already know very well. We already met in Chapter 4, but that until now had not yet received an official plush version of the merchandising. And as always, when new merchandise comes out, we know that it's never just about toys, but often about small hints, hidden details. In this video, we will look together at the official announcement, analyze the released images, observe the details of these plushies. Of course, we won't just look at the images, but we'll also make some important considerations what might be waiting for us in the next official content of the series and game. Before we start though, as always, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like because it helps the channel grow a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any news, theory, or update about Poppy Playtime and its increasingly dark universe. That being said, I'd say we can start right now because there is a lot to talk about. First of all, let's start from the origin of everything, namely an official post published by Culturefly about 3 days ago. Yes, I know, today it's called X, but I still naturally end up calling it Twitter, so I apologize if I keep using the old name. It's just a matter of habit. Anyway, in this post, Culturefly officially announced that the last 3 Nightmare Critters plushies will be released very soon, confirming that the collection is finally about to be completed. This information alone is extremely important, because it puts an end to any doubts about whether these characters would actually receive an official physical version. In the post, there were also 3 images attached. In these images, we can see the plushies of the 3 remaining Nightmare Critters, Iki, Liki, Tui, and Rabi Baby. However, there is a particular detail. The plushies are not shown completely. In fact, in these images, the characters are covered in shadow, as if Culturefly wanted to show us only their silhouettes, deliberately hiding the main details. You can make out the general shapes, some body proportions and other details of the body, but nothing truly clear. A choice that seems intentionally made to tease curiosity and instantly kick off theories and discussions. And of course it worked. But Culturefly didn't stop there because unexpectedly, just yesterday, the real announcement arrived, the one with the full reveal of the plushies. No more shadows, no more mysterious silhouettes. We were finally able to see Iki Liki, Tui, and Rabi Baby in their complete form, with colors, details, and design fully visible. This sudden shift from a dark teaser to a full reveal perfectly matches the kind of communication style we often see in Poppy Playtime itself. First they show you very little, they let your imagination run wild, and then suddenly they put the full truth right in front of you. So now, after seeing how this announcement came to be, I'd say it's time to see the official images together and make some very interesting considerations. The images I just showed you are about the new Nightmare Critters plushies. And now we are on the official Poppy Playtime store website, specifically on the page dedicated to Nightmare Critters merchandise. Here we can notice something very important. The collection is finally complete. For the first time, it is now possible to purchase all the characters from this family, with no missing pieces or unreleased characters. This might seem like just a merchandising detail, but in my opinion it deserves much more attention. Because there is a key point we need to consider. The Nightmare Critters are a family of characters from Chapter 4, not Chapter 5. If we look back, we can clearly see that these latest plushies were released much faster compared to what happened in the past with another iconic family, the Smiling Critters. In that case, the Smiling Critters plushies were released one at a time with much longer gaps between each release, almost 1 month. Each character had its own dedicated moment, and it took a long time before seeing the next one. Here, instead, the situation is completely different. With the Nightmare Critters, we have seen 3 characters released at the same time, and this has happened more than once. A few months ago, Culturefly already followed this same strategy, releasing several Nightmare Critters plushies together instead of spreading them out over time. It really feels like they wanted to speed up the release of the entire Nightmare Critters family, almost as if the goal was to completely close this chapter from a merchandising point of view. And we also have to consider this fact. While these plushies are being released and the Chapter 4 collection is being completed, we know very well that Mob Entertainment is currently working on Chapter 5, which will be the next chapter of the series. So it is as if Culturefly and Mob Entertainment are putting a final point on the Nightmare Critters in order to fully shift the focus to the new characters of Chapter 5. And this could mean that very soon we will start seeing new plushies, new merchandising lines, and maybe even brand new characters that we still do not know about. In short, this fast and concentrated release does not seem like just a practical choice, but a real strategy that tells us a lot about where the Poppy Playtime universe is heading. Now let's move on to what could happen in the future. Because now that Mob Entertainment and Culturefly have officially released all the Nightmare Critters plushies, we can say that this phase is finished, at least from the merchandising point of view related to Chapter 4. And for this very reason, we need to start getting ready, because it's very likely that the next step will be Chapter 5 merchandising. As we've seen many times in the past, Poppy Playtime's merchandising usually follows the game's development. First we get small teasers, then scattered hints, and finally the official announcement of new characters. And right after that, the related products. In fact, we already got a first small taste of this. Mob Entertainment had already released the first official Chapter 5 Tons shirt, but it wasn't a standard product. It was a t-shirt made in collaboration with the channel The Game Theorists, and it was also a limited edition. So something special, more like an event than the real beginning of a new merchandising line. However, this tells us something very important. Chapter 5 has already entered its promotional phase, even if in a very subtle way. We're not yet at the point of full reveals, but the signals are starting to appear. Another crucial detail is that we still haven't seen the full physical appearance of the new Chapter 5 characters. So far, we've only seen a few details, fragments, small visual hints that increase the curiosity. And we know very well that Mob Entertainment loves to play exactly like this, showing very little, fueling theories, and leaving room for imagination. Because of this, it's very likely that when the new characters are officially announced, maybe with full artworks or clearer trailers, the official Chapter 5 merchandising will be announced around the same time. Plushies, shirts, gadgets, exactly like what happened with the previous chapters. So the completion of the Nightmare Critters line might not be an ending, but a passing of the torch. Chapter 4 is being definitively closed, and the road is opening up to everything related to the new chapter, the new antagonists, and of course, new mysteries. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. You are amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.